Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with another match with playing on a budget Selesnya heroes. Yes, we'd like to play first. Very keepable hand. I do need a green source, but very keepable hand. We have a Dryad Militant Fabled Hero. Green source just puts this over the top as we have Ranger's Guile and Giant Growth. Hopefully, we're up against a decent matchup. I don't want to get blown out here by, you know, like an Esper. Well, you know what? This deck, I don't really know any horrible matchups here. Mono blue is pretty tough. But I think we have a strategy against it. Big Boros can be a little bit tough as well, especially when they don't try to interact with you, when they just try to go over the top. But, I mean, we do have a plan for that as well. So I'm liking this deck. I think it does have an overall plan. The only problem I'm having so far with this deck is the clunky draws. Like, again, we're missing the green here. The difference between a Temple Guard and a Plains is an amazing hand and a very risky hand. So, but I can first turn, he does have to mulligan, and first turn Dryad Militant, and this deck can be a menace to any sort of control deck. It's going to usually get in there for 6 damage before it can deal with it. So it's a red deck, though, access to the shocks. Hopefully I have a green source here. God's Will would be great, though. I think I will protect my Dryad Militant if I need to. Allows me to scry as well if he has a shock. No shock. I'm thinking this is Big Boros. So Frostburn Weird or Ash Zealot is going to come out. I need to hit into my third land source here. And I kind of wish he would have... Oh, Young Pyromancer. That is very interesting. See what this deck is. So absolutely have to hit into another mana source. And we miss it. See if he wants to make that trade. I highly doubt he does. No. Of course not. And I think that missing the third land drop is going to be the difference between winning and losing here. Again, I will protect my Dryad Militant with the God's Willing. So, Pro Red. Put this on top. Yay! That's awesome, actually. And it gets countered because no legal targets, but he still does get a 2-1. And I don't know why he used it that way. Is he missing a land drop as well? He's going to attack here with the Young Pyromancer. And he did miss his land drop. So we're okay now. We get the land. It's basically like setting him back an entire turn. I'm going to be a little bit risky here. Do I want to be risky? That's the... I think we have to be risky here. We have to... I'm pretty sure he's got another removal in his hand, though, so that was probably the most awful play ever, because the Fabled Hero is something we need to stick out. Of course, not attacking into that Elemental. I'm hoping that for some weird reason he just plain misses any sort of removal here on the Fabled Hero. But I had to go for it. If he does decide to... Yeah. So that was a very, very horrible mistake by me. I really need to keep drawing into stuff. There's a Plains. That's useless now. Again, the Dryad Militant is not the way to go. I think I will end up Selesnya Charming to block off an Elemental token. See, now I'm getting so flooded with cards and no... Hammer Perforos. That's very good, actually. And, now, why can't I have a card out here? So he's going to probably attack the Elementals. And I definitely am going to put a 2-2 and kill off one of those. And it is Vigilant, so if anything was a great card, it was that. All right, a little bit mana flooded here. Sure, he would block with the Elemental token. It might be actually worth it to Dauntless Onslaught here if he blocks. Yep, I'm thinking that's definitely worth it. And wow, I'm the best at tapping lands wrong. So I hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the butt, which it probably will with the Ranger's Guile. But I will be bringing in every sort of God's Willing, Ranger's Guile, against this match. I don't think this is a too terrible of a matchup. Nothing so far. All right, we should be okay. We should definitely be okay. Again, we'll attack in with both. Hammer Perforce is going to do a lot of work. And it's definitely worth Giant Growthing it. Let's see if he has some sort of removal, though. Doesn't appear he does. So we're going to get in there for 2 damage, most likely, unless he does have a removal for the Dryad Militant. He's going to riff that back. Okay. Still takes 2. He's down to a 10. Pretty much drawing dead at this point. I'm thinking he can be more aggressive than me at this point. Again, these lands, these you never want to see 5 lands in this deck. Yep, and he's drawing the lands he needs. He can attack in for what? 3? So I'm going to be down to an 11. Unflinching Courage is going to be great in this matchup. I mean, I do like our overall sideboard plan against him. There's a Fencing Ace. If anything can actually kind of get us back in this, it's that. But, I mean, it can't trade favorably with a Golem token. But a Selesnya Charm, Ranger's Guile, is almost game. He just keeps drawing those lands, too, for the hammers. And so I think I just don't block here. Go down to a 2. And we just go for some sort of kill. If we can draw into it. If not, we're probably dead the following turn. So it's another Fencing Ace. I believe we just swing in here with everything. He's got to block the Fencing Ace. And he takes 2, and that is game. Another weird hand. Another didn't quite go our way here, but I like this. I like the... We're going to take out the Giant... Giant Growths are fine. Phytoburst or not. You can Giant Growth in response to save your guys. Whereas Lesson, again, is bad. I'm not liking the Wild Beastmasters. God's Willing and Fiendslayer Paladins definitely need to come in. And I think I'm going to bring out like cards like Common Bond and Phalanx Leader against him. As... Yeah, and probably even, if that's the case, I'm going to even bring out these Fencing Aces. I don't think they're the greatest versus him. They just die too easily. And I'm actually going to do 2 Fabled Heroes and 2 Phalanx Leaders. Wait, we need the Dauntless Onslaughts out. I think that the Common Bonds are a little bit better. And now we're 20 creatures. Might be a little bit too low. But I think I like this little... Yeah. This a lot better. So again, we have every way in the world to stop the Cyclonic Rifts, the Magma Jets, and all those things. I just need to play a little bit more wisely. I think me getting Lightning Striked off of that Fabled Hero might have been the difference between winning and losing that matchup. Yes, I'd like to play first. I can be very aggressive. Oh, God. Okay, yes, we like to mulligan this. A 6-land hand is never good. And I'm going to keep this. It's horrible. It's got the Fiendslayer Paladin. I can't go down to 5. It's got action, though. 6 This is how it rolls sometimes for Magic the Gathering, especially MTGO. And if I draw into land, I'm fine, though. I have to draw into subsequent land, so that's perfect. Because it allows me to Ranger's Guile the Favored Hoplite. And if anything can beat him down, it's that. And we just need one more mana for Fiendslayer Paladin. So I'm hoping he does try to Magma Jet it here. Cyclonic Rift it. Electromancer is actually pretty good. It's a decent little card to put in here. But again, we're going to be able to get in for 2. There's a Temple Guard, and yes, we'd actually like to. And I will attack in. If he wants to trade, I'll definitely will trade. Which he does not, smartly. But, I mean, this Goblin Electromancer can accelerate him. He's using a Hidden Strings. He's using kind of my last Playing on a Budget deck, actually, is what he's going for. The problem now is he has access to a lot of Magma Jets and Lightning Strikes. I mean, he really could just wipe my board here, besides the Fiendslayer Paladin. But the Paladin might be exactly what I need. Okay, so, yep, Magma Jet kills the Hoplite. I don't care about 2 Hoplites, though. I just want to keep the 1 alive. And I guess, again, maybe that was the wrong line of play. Is just to keep... I should have kept up the Ranger's Guiles. So no red mana, though. He's stuck on red. He could Hidden Strings here and kind of go crazy, but it doesn't look like he has that. So this lifelink gets me back in. No more lands. I'm perfect with lands. We were able to draw into the 2 lands we needed. There's a Common Bond. That's actually awesome. And I most likely will Common Bond both of them. Because this will make it a 3-4. He'll have to waste 2 removal on it. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Well, he does have Cyclonic Rifts. Ugh, this is terrible. I'm going to keep up the... Yep, I'm going to definitely keep up the Ranger's Guiles. I'm hoping that he has some sort of way to try to Cyclonic Rift the Paladin. Or tries to go crazy here. And a turn I can always Common Bond. And yes, that is 4 damage that I could have avoided. Spellheart Chimera, that is fine. And now I'll Common Bond. Again, Cyclonic Rift gets me here. But he's got to choose which one. I mean, he's got to figure out which one he wants to throw back. So a 3-4 and a 3-3 for striking pro red. Not bad. All right, nothing. So we've got the 2 Ranger's Guiles. That's going to be awesome. I didn't want to see that Plains, but it is what it is. We will attack him with both of these. Take him down to a 6. And that's lifelink, then back up to 23. So again, I'm in very good position. I can protect. Even though his Goblin Electromancer can go crazy, I can protect. And he still looks like he's stuck on that red source. Another Electromancer. It really does speed up his deck a lot. But he's going to start having to throw those Goblin Electromancers underneath the Fiendslayer Paladins. All right, that's interesting. Hopefully I get to kill 2 of them here. See if he's got the rift. He does have a rift. Does he have a second rift is the question. Doesn't appear so, and this is gonna be very devastating for him. Goes down to a 5. I killed both the Electromancers, and that's definitely going to slow him down a lot. I mean, he could almost have rifted away everything. And I've got a whopping 7/7 on board that he's got to deal with, and still a 3/3. There we go. All right, so he didn't get the cards that he needed. Again, I'm loving this matchup. If it can just... Yeah, 20 creatures just seems a little low to me. Giant Growths do protect my guys against like Magma Jets and stuff, but I think the right play is just to put in some more Phalanx Leaders. And we'll do one of each. And go from there. So we are on the draw, and again, this is just such a horrible hand. I have to mulligan it. And this is better. This is much better. But again, we have to draw into Rangers, Guiles, and God's Willing. There's 8 in the deck, so you got to think that we can draw into one of them. And I think it's better to protect my Favored Hoplite than the Dryad Militant. So of course the Dryad Militant is the correct play. And again, we draw into that land, which we did not want to see. So here comes a turn 2 Magma Jet. No turn 2 Magma Jet. Common Bond, that's going to be great. So there's hopefully 2 damage. Yes, 2 damage. Lightning Strike gets exiled. That's great. It ate the removal that I wanted it to eat. And this is just kind of a signal I don't have anything. You know, it's free to Magma Jet, but that's fine. Again, he's got a Magma Jet it here though. Hammer of Perforos, okay. And I don't know if I want to try to protect. Okay, that makes it easy for me because I can just throw out a Fiendslayer Paladin. So get in for 1. And yes, the hammer is going to be a great card. It can be a potential 1-turn kill with the Spellheart Chimera late game. But, I mean, he's got to tap mana here. Oh, jeez. He brought in Angers. That is not good. We got Fabled Heroes, though. Double of them. I get 2 for 1 there. Yikes. Young Pyromancer, and he's missing lands. That is very awesome if he is. So I decided to go this route instead. Again, he's missing the land drops. Takes 4. And this way I can actually protect my Fabled Hero from another Anger of Gods. Goblin Electromancer, that's a very good card for him. And I'd actually love it if he attacks in with the Pyromancer. Definitely anyone's game here. He's still stuck on those lands, even though that does accelerate big time. A Magma Jet would be the best thing ever. If he Magma Jets the Fabled Hero, I'm able to Common Bond. Pump it up to 4/4, this up to a 3/2, and just go from there. So Mizian Mortars, and this does force me to put both counters on him to make him a 5/5. But I mean, he can block forever with the elemental tokens. Good news, I think I will attack on the Dryad Militant. If he wants to take an elemental token, that means he'll have to block some other way. So this will allow me to still do 2 damage to him. So Unflinching Courage wins me the game. Selesnya Charm wins me the game. God's Willing wins me the game. Almost wins me the game. So I'm hoping I can draw one of those in my 48 cards. I mean, I've got so many outs. It's ridiculous. I'm going to keep this card up. This Plains up to confuse him, hopefully. Now Anger's got... Any subsequent Anger is bad. Again, he's short on land, but the Goblin Electromancer does so much work. He gets his 4th land. Now he's going to be able to hammer, 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 hammer if he wants to. But again, the God's Willing is well, it's close to game. Selesnya Charm is pretty much game. And again, Unflinching Courage is pretty good too. Yep, Spell Chimera is very bad. Ranger's Guile is awesome. Definitely keep it up defensively. I'll wait for him to react here. Kind of cool that this was my last... See if he's got... No, he's out of mana. Okay, sweet. So he's got to throw something under the bus of the Fabled Hero, which he's going to... the elemental token. So he's going to block here and probably just take 4. But again, he's still in bad shape, right? So definitely going to kill the Young Pyromancer. Oh, I get to kill both of them. So this is going to really wipe his board here and leave me with the 7/7 that he's got to find another Cyclonic Rift for. So we are definitely in top deck mode. The thing is, Hammer Perforos is a little bit stronger than top deck. All right. So he decides just to let the 4 go through, which is very risky because it could just be a kill there. Down to a 9. I'm going to once again keep this Plains up. Hoping he's stuck with a bunch of Anger of Gods in his hand. There's one Cyclonic Rift out of his deck. I mean, there's a lot of good cards here, and this Dryad Militant did so much work against the Spellheart Chimera. So let's pray for a good card here. That's actually a really good card. Now, do we use it? Well, he's got artifacts. He's got access to artifacts. And that stupid Young Pyromancer. It is doing so much work. Now that allows me to kill those off. If he had a spell, he probably would have used it by now. And yeah, he would have used it to block. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Plains out. He is definitely drawing dead. I don't know what the 2 cards in his hand are. It could be Anger of the Gods. Young Pyromancer number 2. But without any spells, which I don't believe are in his hand, it's pretty... Yeah, we're in great shape. Again, I could go for the kill. We're going to go for the Unflinching Courage kill. Here. And I just decided to spread the... I want to bait out a spell here. Ooh, a Dissolve. And he's out of mana, right? Yeah, that's game. Still get a +1/+1 counter on it. We're in a God's Willing here for Pro Red. And that's 14 damage. So yeah, we beat our last playing on a budget deck. This deck's running Dissolves and Goblin Electromancers. Wow, Goblin Electromancer is a workhorse though in the deck that we played last week. And I don't know why I didn't think about that, because it makes Hidden Strings so much quicker. It makes a lot of other things. And this deck is using Hammer Perforce, which is awesome. So we're going to go on to... this is an 8-man, so we're going to be in round number 2. So hopefully we get to play 2 more matchups. If not, at least 1 more matchup with this deck. This is Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.